Hello, hello, hello. This is Kathy Cross coming to you on day 102, I believe, of 365 days of reflections. I'm sharing a reflection of my day in hopes of inspiring you, encouraging you to live out your life fully and completely. I start my day with communion every day. It's 3 a.m. my time, so that means I need to get to bed soon. But I thought I'd stay up just a little bit and share some revelations that I received today and some new insight. And so today being Sunday, I did go to church today. Sometimes I stay home and I listen to it on live stream, but I went with my daughter, one of my daughters, I have three. So I went with my middle daughter, and I'm glad we did. We kind of went back and forth about, you going, you going? And I was like, maybe. So we ended up going, and I'm so glad we did. The pastor was talking about having conversations with Jesus, and I thought, wow, that's right up my alley because I do that every day, right? Prayer is really a conversation with Jesus. And he talked about building and belief. And so I carried the message that resonated with me, what I received, into a room that I did tonight called These Three Words. So every Sunday evening, I do a room called These Three Words. And the words are words that either I'm inspired by, that I've heard throughout the day, or just a divine download, or maybe something I'm searching for, some new meaning and revelation. So I take those words and I strip them down into what the origins are of the word. So I look for the Hebrew, the Greek, and sometimes the Latin or an Old English origin of the word. And so tonight's words were, let me remember, they were build, belief, and bold. And so going through those different words, I can see, and the people that listened and came up and spoke and gave their reflections could see how those words work together and how you can apply it in your life, right? Build, we're all building something. And if we're building on a firm foundation, which I believe is the rock, Jesus is the rock. If we're building on a firm foundation, whatever we build will stand the test of time. Does that mean we won't have storms? No. I was equating it to, I believe it's the three little pigs, right? The three little pigs, they built their houses and all of them didn't stand, right? All of them didn't stand. Only one stood the test of time, that endured the weather. And so we all get to build something in our lives. We're all creative beings, and we get to, take what God's given us and create something. Hopefully, it's something that you can take and multiply and generate wealth, not only for yourself, but for others, so that you can leave a lasting legacy. And then the second word I had was belief. Belief kind of stands with build. If you believe, then really there's nothing that's impossible. In fact, I remember one of the Bible stories talked about the Tower of Babel. And I always wondered, okay, where did the mix up come with the language? Languages, all these different languages. Well, the people that were building that Tower of Babel, they were building and they were building it to try and reach the heavenlies. And God said that there's nothing that's impossible for man if they are united, right? And I think that's something that we forget sometimes when you are united and not trying to do things alone. When we build together, if we believe, it's possible. So that was the second word. And the last word, or the third word, was bold. Bold. If you are building and if you believe, then you can do it boldly, right? With confidence. There's no hiding, there's no shame, there's extreme confidence. And boldness doesn't mean you have to be loud. It doesn't mean you have to be loud. It just means you're confident and strong. And that is my desire for you, that you live boldly each and every day. So those were the three words for today. And then this evening, I had a Zoom where I'm part of another group. I'm just finding that there's great communities out there to be a part of, to help learn and to grow and develop along the way and to increase your spiritual muscles as well as, your physical muscles. So that's my share for tonight. And I hope you have a great evening and a sweet night when you go to sleep. All right. Peace and blessings to you all. And I'm going to sign out. Make sure that I haven't. Oh, I didn't even put that in the chat. I had written something that I forgot to put in the chat. Oh, well. Yeah, it just went through. Very slow. Very slow. But my Wi-Fi is working, which is good. All right. Well, have a good night. Peace and blessings. Remember, if you like this content, like, subscribe, and share. Have a good night.